Bulldogs? We are back with another episode of The Big Bite, but it's going to be a little different today, but in a good way. We have two students here who are giving us insight on their Super Bowl experience, and not in the way that you are thinking. These two had the opportunity to get official media coverage. So today we are welcoming Nick and Chris. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's get into it. First of all, y'all had the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How was that?
I think it was an amazing opportunity. It was really fun, first off, but it was just really dope to be able to be like in the background, you know, not just always be in the, you know, front of the camera, really seeing how this whole thing works. I think that was the best thing about it, for sure.
Yeah, same for me. Honestly, it was really an experience. Like going into it, it wasn't what I expected, but it was a little better. Like honestly, like working in the field, seeing what they're doing in the background, how all of this actually comes together. It's a really good experience.
So what did y'all expect?
So what I did was I went to the red carpet. I went to about 3 red carpet events, and I was the photographer for a group. It's called Fumble, and they have about 1.5 million subscribers, and they were under 18, called I1 Digital. So basically, I was just taking pictures of, you know, celebrities on the red carpet, you know, as them passing by, and I was also doing interviews. So I was interviewing the celebrities and just getting to know about them, and just like who I was working with, he was talking about their spirituality. So just honestly, like, you know, giving them a good positive word. That was like the whole plan. So that's what I was doing.
So, but before doing this, what did you think it was going to be like? Like, what were your...
I thought it was going to be like this. Like, I just thought it was going to be like, you know, you ever seen like a video of just a crowd of photographers just like, hey. Like, that's what I honestly thought it was, but what it really is actually really organized. Like, it's ran by a group of people like us. So you really get comfortable with the whole thing. They're normal, you know? You don't, it's not nothing that's scary. It's another day, honestly.
Yeah. And what did you expect?
Same, a lot of chaos because it's a big event. It's, you know, worldwide. People still watch it worldwide and in the country. So it's like really expecting it to be chaotic, every event going on, because we had a lot of events throughout the day. So really though, what it was is just kind of organized to the fact where, okay, yeah, we might have to change this real quick and make this adjustment, but it still works out at the end. So like the front project, you know, always works out. Yeah. And that's what I kind of wasn't expecting. I was expecting, all right, you know, it's a big event. It might change at the end. It might not be exactly what we want, but they always, you know, got the job done at the end.
Yeah. And so Nick, he mentioned what his role was at the Super Bowl. What was your role?
So my role was really, was me and 20, I think, other HBCU students. We went out and we really had a nice experience trying to like get an experience in the field. So a lot of us had photography backgrounds like Nick. So some of them doing that. Some of them were lawyers. I'm ROTC, so I didn't really expect to, you know, do anything in my background. But seeing the operation, which is, you know, kind of like what my job is, kind of being like a manager type thing. Yeah. So seeing the operational background really helps because I get to, you know, experience that before I actually go into the job force, working for the military. And then also, it's just the aspect of being there in general. So like I was with him on the red carpet. I was walking the talent, you know, through the red carpet, make sure like, all right, who needs an interview or whatever. So things like that.
Yeah, definitely. I will say my favorite thing for me was the Women's Sports Power Brunch.
I know that was fun.
That was fire because I was meeting a lot of, you know, powerful women, you know, in the industry. So, and I actually got to speak to them. And I met a lady, her name is Monica. She's in First Take. And I'm, you know, influenced by her because it's just dope to see another strong woman out there just doing her thing. Being able to handle all these dudes out there in the sports world. Yeah, definitely. And the flag football game.
Oh, I know that was really lit. Yeah. I've seen a lot of like clips on social media about that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Drewski's a fool. Yeah, you know, for real. Yeah, but it was really dope to see Tiana Taylor. Yeah, she's a great soul. Kai Sinet, Speed, Big Lotto. Who else?
Dude Dennis was there.
Dude Dennis.
Listen, and I think I heard one of y'all in the background of a video. Somebody said something about I go to NC State.
What
was that? Was that?
I think that was you.
Yeah. I heard. I was like, what was that shot like NC State in the back of the video?
Yeah, that was me. You know, I'm always gonna shout them out. You know, I was like, yo, Doug. He was like, what's up, man? You know, you good? I said, well, you know, like, why do you do what you do?
Yeah.
It's like, as a streamer, he was like, I said, would you consider that like a craft? He was honestly saying like, he just appreciates that, like he's able to just film his life and be consistent with that though. Like that's the most important thing. He's blessed to just film his life. It's nothing really extra to it. You know?
Him just being himself.
Yeah, literally.
On an everyday basis and just
Yeah.
picking up a camera. That's
Yeah.
really what that is.
Yeah.
So, speaking of SC State, what does it mean to have this experience being at a HBCU, at SC State specifically?
I'll say the experience is just like no other, honestly. Like just coming from here and having the love from the school and being able to represent the school down there, I just feel like it can show that there's so many other, you know, students here that can do the exact same thing, if not go bigger, you know? I think that's the best thing. Like, I can do it, you can do it too, type thing, so.
Yeah, same thing for me. It's more like I went out here and, you know, put on for my school, sort of say, and now I have the opportunity to do the thing, you know, do the same for others. So trying to like pass that down to the people who are coming, you know, after me.
Yeah.
And especially going into this, I really didn't expect to see, you know, the HBCU, you know, experience here, because there's a lot of workers that we were working with. Because one of them was from Atlanta, went to Spelman. Like there was a lot of female HBCU graduates that were there in the NFL working, and that's not really what I expected at first. But really, like getting into the nitty gritty, they were all around, spread around. Like you're seeing black people in these positions, very powerful positions everywhere. So that was really, you know, a good experience coming from HBCU.
Yeah. Can I just add on to that? Like, if you were just to see him in action, like he literally was running the whole. I'm serious. They were running the whole event for real. Like all of his coworkers were running the event. Every single HBCU student was on the carpet directing all of them. Go this way, go this way.
Yeah.
Had the signs. Like it was.
So you pretty much direct.
That's what I'm saying. Like the
most
Super
of
Bowl dang near was kind of ran by students.
Yeah.
You know, so
You would have never thought watching it on TV.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So you come from Ohio.
Yes.
Excuse me, I got the old school.
No, you good, you good.
You come from Georgia, right?
Yeah, Atlanta.
So coming from these areas, what does it mean?
A lot, for real, a lot. Coming from Cleveland, and then you know being out here, and then just going out there. I just think the biggest thing is that coming from Cleveland, a lot of people are. I wouldn't say closed mind, but are, you know, we don't want each other to win as much. So like when I do certain things, like I like to change that narrative. So it's just always great to see another person. Like if it was someone else from Cleveland, like I definitely would show as much love as I can. Like I'm just trying to keep that trend going for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. And you know, coming from Atlanta, you know, it's Atlanta. Everybody's there. Like, there's a whole bunch of personalities there. There's a whole bunch of famous people. But like actually being able to, you know, go out and, you know, be one of those people who are going out and getting out from Atlanta instead of staying there. You know, my little bubble was really good.
So do you now feel more included?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to be around all these people is like, all right, I'm not as nervous as I thought it would be. Being with all these big, you know, famous personalities, it's not really a big thing anymore.
Yeah.
I'm really just trying to, you know, get to work and actually be in this position myself.
Yeah.
You know, get to where they are.
Yeah. Now, for the students who are watching at home, I'm sure that they want to know how this opportunity came about. So tell us how this came about.
Honestly, just by, you know, closed mouths don't get fed type thing. You know, I
His
just
is definitely not closed.
Yeah, this whole year I just kind of been working as hard as I can. Just, you know, literally like sleepless nights. You know, just going as much events as I can, building my portfolio, but at the same time reaching out to people and knowing my worth. I think, you know, the biggest thing that people can miss is like you can go somewhere, but you know, you don't network. You know, you can celebrate that you were there, but are you gonna seize the moment? So, you know, I knew that like coming to this school that there's opportunities that, you know, roaming around during football games, you know, there's certain people who run certain companies on these big social media networks like. So, and I just got their numbers and I would just text them all the time, tag them in everything, DM all the time, just saying like, and then they would post like HBC End Zone posted a flyer saying a celebrity bowling game, and I said, if you guys need somebody, I'm here. And then ever since then, I just was blowing their phone number. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, and then the lady said, you know what, we got something for you.
So how did your opportunity come about?
All right, so for me, it was a little different. So I
Okay.
knew the lady who was over it because last year, one of my friends were with Jordan Haygood. And when she went, she like kind of introduced me to Miss Tracy, who's over the HBCU End Zone experience
Yeah.
anyway. So after that, she has events here because she's alumni. So she has events here in general. And she kind of asked RTC for help. So all these events, I'm going there and helping with her, from sun up to sundown. Whenever
Yeah.
she needs me, she calls and be like, all right, you need to do this, do this, do this. All right, try to get these people to, follow the Instagram, just
Yeah.
simple stuff, right? And then I think the real kicker was, it was homecoming. It's my homecoming. I'm trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
But she needed help. So I'm still here when she needs me. She's calling me. I'm working the booth during homecoming.
Yeah.
Still having a good time, but like I'm still on call. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like that to where she actually, called me up and was like, "Do you want to go to the Super Bowl?" I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Like that wasn't really a question for me.
Yeah.
And so that's how I kind of get into it. Just try to put in that hard work and dedication, and
Yeah.
to build off of him. I'm talking to her, while she's calling me. She's like, "Oh yeah, do you know Nick?" I was like, "Nick, nah, but I think I've heard of him. I see him around.
Yeah.
Really putting in work." And she's like, "Yeah, he been texting me, text me, trying to get that, job." And she was like, "Yeah, I'm really gonna call him because he's really dedicated to what he's doing. Like
Yeah.
he's seeing the good work, and like she was just like, he needs an opportunity. And
Yeah.
she gave it to him.
Real.
That's lit. I know when y'all seen y'all VIP passes, and even when y'all got the invitation, the official
Yeah.
invitation, y'all was lit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What? Yeah, yeah. He felt official walking there with that pass. for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I will say it was dope to see him work though, it was influencing like me just to know how just to keep it structured,
Yeah.
being disciplined with your work. So yeah, man. Shout out to this guy.
So you, bro.
Shout out to the both of y'all for even putting SC State out there and shouting us out in the moment of the Super Bowl and the celebrity flag football game.
Yeah.
That's where I heard you in that video. So I want to talk about what's next for you all. Tell us what's next.
So right now it's definitely the plan to graduate, and up next is to keep doing what I'm doing with my photography. I want to be a photojournalist. I could still be an art teacher, but what I would love to do is just stay in the field, be in the industry. Probably honestly try to work with I1 Digital. Just keep working with that company and just keep traveling and going to certain events, take pictures at carpets. I would love to go into the NBA, NFL, anything like that, honestly. And as just me being an artist, I would love to have my own art show. I want to go to art residencies. I want to continuously, be an artist.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, for me, so mine's kind of already set. I'm already going to the ROTC, route. So I'll become an officer afterwards, going to the military. But besides that, I kind of want to build upon my, my own stuff. So going there, talking to people, I kind of got a connection with, the NFL. So they're saying like, all right, I might be able to do something on the side.
Yeah.
Try to do like a fellowship for, other black students. So if I can do that, there's something else I'll try to do.
Okay. So how did y'all, my last question, I just thought of this one. How did y'all find your passion, or when did you come to realization that your passion was media?
I mean, for me, it was, I had to realize it. I had to come to a realization, I had my passions into other things like basketball, and, once you have time to yourself, you start to really you want to learn more about yourself and the things that you love to do. And I thought that, photography was that thing for me to actually keep me going.
Yeah.
So that was what it was. And just to see that it actually got me to this point, I'm just thanking God every day that the fact is that I decided to get into this, and I got certain opportunities. I'm meeting these people that I wouldn't have met if I was playing basketball. So that whole dynamic makes me just blessed to know that this is what it is. There's nothing else. So yeah.
What about you?
For me, it was kind of just growing up, not seeing too many people of color, as I'm growing up, but it really began to skyrocket recent years. I kind of want to be, one of those people trying to really put our faces out there because we really, built up Miracle type.
Yeah.
So it's more if I don't do it, who will? And if I don't help, then who will? So I'm really trying to get people up here and trying to see everybody's faces.
Yeah.
That's really
Why are
it.
you laughing?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But there you have it. So students, if you are watching, this is just right here shows that networking and following your dreams, is important. So make sure you do that. See y'all next time.
Thank you for real.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.